Hey everyone, EG here, and I'm sitting outside at one of my favorite spots that I haven't filmed at in a while, so I figured I'd film at it today. It's sitting on the bench by the office, and it's a beautiful day, cold, but no wind, and blue sky. I'm going to talk today about the future of this channel and my intentions for this channel. You know, it is the start of a new year. This is not really about making any resolutions or anything, but I just wanted to bring some clarity to you, my viewers, as to what kinds of videos I'm going to be doing now that my life is basically changing. So I know a lot of you came to this channel because you watched a lot of my videos on getting older, being estranged from family, being solo in life, things like that. Those, I am not going to abandon those topics at all. I just want to reassure you. I know that some people may have thought that because I'm going over to Europe for several months, that I probably would not be talking about that anymore. I'm still going to be talking about that. I'll be talking about it in the context of somebody who's moving around, doing slow travel overseas, and talking about my mindset over there, my experiences, the challenges, the joys, all of that. I'll be talking about all those things while I'm over there. But I will not be giving up talking about you know, the basic topics that I really do want to talk about on this channel, which is, you know, dealing with being alone in life, being estranged, being older, growing older by the second, and also talking about mental health topics such as anxiety, which, as you know, I deal with constantly. Anxiety, grief, things like that, I will be continuing to discuss on this channel. The intention is to do about 2 videos every week, at least 1 video a week, but probably 2. There may be a week here and there that I only do 1 video, but for the most part, I'm going to try to do 2 videos a week plus a live stream. So technically 3 videos a week, but 1 is going to be a live stream. And as I shared in my live stream this past Saturday, I will be changing, once I'm overseas, I will be changing the day of my live stream because Saturdays are probably not going to be that convenient once I'm over there, because a lot of times that's a travel day or a transition to a new place day. So just the way my schedule, I set up my schedule basically. So I'm probably going to do a live stream more in the middle of the week. Maybe a Wednesday or Thursday, but by the time you see this video, I will have put up a poll already that's going to ask you your preferences. So, but I still will be doing a live stream every week, and there may be times I do more than 1 a week. And but the goal is to do 2 regular videos a week. Like I said, occasionally there might be one that a week that I miss one, but that's the general plan. And when I get back inside here in a minute, I'm going to talk to you more about a little bit about the challenges of this, of doing the channel, of my, you know, motivation, persistence, doggedness, you might say, in doing this channel. Remember, one of my big mottos is quitting is not an option. So I will not be quitting this channel, even if nobody's ever watching it at some point. But hopefully that will not happen. So anyway, I will pick up with this when I get back inside. Brief interlude. I just have to show you guys the deer. The little deer here in the field. This is a field right next to our apartments, and they often congregate there. So it's your little deer moment. Hey, back inside. So I'm back inside now. I got some water. It's cold enough I probably should have had tea, but I just needed some ice water. So yeah, so let's talk about where this is going. As I pointed out, quitting is not an option. So even if I go through tough times with the channel and it's not growing much at certain times, I'm not giving up. I mean, I went 1 year and 11 months without getting any pay. So that's pretty persistent, I should say. So what do I think the future of the channel is? Well, I'm going to keep going with it. I mean, the plan is, I don't know how long I'm going to be over in Europe doing slow travel, as I call it, or as many people call it, because I'm going to be staying in one place for at least 3 weeks at a time in most cases. And I I don't know how long that's going to last. It's going to depend on how many views I get on videos. And so the one thing you could do that's totally free is continue to hit the like button and subscribe and share it out, share videos out with anyone you know. That would really help the channel a lot while I'm on this trip. I'm hoping that YouTube will start pushing it out to a new audience and the views will pick up, because right now it's in a real lull the last few weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks. So we'll see. I think I shared on my live stream, but I'll share it here because some people don't watch the live streams, that, it does. I mean, I've been watching YouTube long enough to know that this kind of thing happens to most channels at some point in their growth, and some recover from it and some don't recover from it. And because I am changing somewhat the focus of the channel, that may create a problem for the algorithm. So I am not sure how that will all sort itself out. As I said a little bit, when I was sitting outside, I am going to do a mix of types of videos. Every week there'll be a video about kind of more a vlog style about what's happening, like what are the things I've really enjoyed about where I'm at the moment, or the experience. Or I'll be approaching it not as a travel channel per se, but as someone who is traveling, who is traveling and living in different spots for brief periods of time, and the challenges and the joys and the adventure that comes with that. That's really what. And remember, I'm an anthropologist also, so when I go to other places, I kind of approach it from that perspective anyway. I'm always really curious. I want to know more. I want to do research about places, and so I will be incorporating all that into my vlog type videos. But in addition to that, as I said, I'm also going to be doing regular videos just like this, sitting in front of the camera, talking about a particular topic that, that I feel like is important. I will periodically still be discussing things related, of course, to aging, of course, to living alone, being alone in the world, being estranged from family. Those issues I will continue to deal with. And so I just want to assure you that if you're not, I had one person that was a longtime subscriber, actually before my channel even took off. And he actually apologized, saying, well, he had to unsubscribe because I was turning into a travel channel and he really wasn't interested in that. And that's fine. That's fair. I think that's perfectly, of course, people aren't going to necessarily want to watch any of the travel content if they were watching my channel from before that. And then there are going to be people that just want to watch travel content because they don't want to watch the other stuff. So I'm never going to please everybody, obviously. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. But I just wanted to assure you there is going to be a mix of both. But what do I foresee going forward? Well, the optimist in me basically feels like once I'm, overseas, and once I start, doing these regular videos where some of them are vlog style and some of them are more podcast style, I really do believe that eventually things will, start increasing again, and I will get a new audience of people, and things will be fine. And if that does happen, my plan would be to stay over in Europe for probably through the fall of 2025. I may have to come back sooner, though, if that doesn't happen. So it all really depends on how YouTube does, because I can't continue to do this if I'm not making that much income on YouTube. That's just the bottom line. If I do come back sooner, then I have several options for what I'm going to do. And one of them might likely be traveling in a vehicle, a van again, and traveling more just in the US, or maybe US and Canada. And if that happens, there'll still be travel type related vlogs, but also the same type of videos I've been doing. And so whether I'm overseas in Europe or I'm in the US, it probably is going to be a lot of similarity to the types of videos I do. And as I said, I'm in this for the long haul, barring severe illness or, me expiring. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But barring that, you know, my intention is to do this for as long as possible. So if you've enjoyed the channel, if you enjoy my videos, you know, I hope you'll continue watching. You may not want to watch every single video. You may, you know, watch once a week, or you may just watch the live streams, or whatever it is that interests you, and that's fine. I will share with you on this video, because I didn't, I put the links on the video that came out before this, but I didn't discuss it in that video, that from now on I am putting a series of Amazon links in my description of my videos. That is something that will really help the channel. So if there's something you want to purchase through Amazon, like I'm going to have a reading list of the books that I enjoy, that I think are really motivational and inspirational for people. If you want to purchase one of those and you click on that link, it helps. You get a book, but it also helps me out and gives me a little tiny commission on each book. So that would help the channel as well. So I hope you'll consider that. And of course, I do have a Patreon. I'll probably talk about that more in the weeks to come. I've not heavily pushed it, but I do have a Patreon, and there's always a link in my description, and it will provide, especially once I'm overseas, it will provide a lot of extra content. So if you're interested in supporting the channel in that way, that's an option. And of course, I always have Buy Me a Coffee. So there are ways that people can support me if you're able to and you want to, and I appreciate anything you do. I'm hoping that that will not be that necessary to my survival. I'm hoping that YouTube will start turning around a bit. And I know January historically is not a great month for YouTube. Like generally, a lot of people are not necessarily watching YouTube in January, so I don't really understand the logistics of that. Because you would think that people would be interested in, like, you know, watching new things and getting motivated for the year and things like that. But apparently viewership does go down in January overall. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I did this for so long where I made no money. And honestly, I hope I never go back to that. Of course, I mean, duh. But, you know, if I have to adapt and live on less again, I'll adapt and live on less, if that's what I have to do. It may mean coming back here and living on the road. Okay. So I'm not really hoping that's not my ideal scenario, but it could happen. So I just wanted to reassure you, you know, because you may have watched my live stream and think, oh, you know, what if she gets discouraged and she doesn't do her channel anymore? No, I've had this channel for 2.5 years. I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. I'm hoping for the best, fingers crossed, and hoping the algorithm begins to love me again. And we'll just, and you could send out all your best wishes for that too. Like, yeah, hope the algorithm turns around for, and it's not just me. I think I shared this on my live stream. I don't take it personally, what's happening on YouTube, because it's happening to a lot of creators. A lot of creators are in a similar situation to me. Their channel was doing really well. It's like all of a sudden, for some reason, they're just not getting the impressions, which is, impression means that's the amount of times that YouTube pushes a video out in front of a potential viewer. And if you're not getting the impressions, if they're just not pushing it out to new viewers, you aren't getting views. You know, and you know, some of you were really trying to be helpful and commented after my live stream that, well, you know, maybe it's the title and thumbnail. Yes, of course, there's always that variable in it, but that doesn't account for all of that. I've actually seen, not even related to my channel, but I've seen 2 videos with the exact same title and similar thumbnails. One of them do really well on a channel, like get, you know, 500,000 views or more. And then the other one get, you know, barely 10,000 views. So that doesn't make any sense if it's just title and thumbnail. So it's not just that. There's other variables at work that don't have anything to do with that. And a lot of people say, oh, it's click-through rate, or which click-through rate means, it means the percentage of people that are actually clicking on your video that see the thumbnail. Well, the last several videos, my click-through rate has been high. It's been over 9%. which is that's anything above probably 7 or 8% is healthy. So that means that that means it's not the thumbnail, because the click-through rate is working fine. It's just based on impressions. If YouTube doesn't open the floodgates and send the video out to the ether, basically, you don't get as many views. That's just the bottom line. So I needed to talk about that a little bit, because I know some of you are really YouTube savvy and know how it works, and some of you, are not as aware of what really goes on. But I have followed YouTube for a long time, even before I had a channel. I don't know everything. I don't know that anybody can know everything about YouTube, to be honest with you. It's like a never-ending puzzle that you're never going to figure out totally, if that makes sense. So I'm not trying to sound like I know exactly what is happening, because I absolutely don't. I do know the algorithm changes. They change the programming of it regularly. The algorithm changes in what it focuses on or doesn't focus on. And it can come back around to whatever topic you're covering or type of video you're doing or whatever. So it's a cycle. It's kind of like the circle of life. We all know about the circle of life, right? So it's kind of like the circle of life. And you just have to roll with it. So I just wanted to reassure you guys, as I'm heading into, I'm going through so much stuff with getting ready for this major trip, and way more stuff that, like when you realize you have to make a major change in your life, you realize there's the big things you have to do, but then as you go along, all the little small things crop up, and you're like, oh yeah, I have to make this call and arrange this, or I have to make sure this is okay. There's all these little things that just keep cropping up that I know, and I have this ongoing major list of stuff to do, and I still have way too much stuff to do. So I will see you in the next video. The next video, I think, well, it's going to be in the next 2 videos. I am going to actually discuss with you what I actually earned in 2024 on YouTube for being monetized. Oh, let's see, 7.5 months. So I wasn't monetized the whole year, but I am going to do a special video, dedicated video to that, and you'll see that probably in the next couple of videos after this. So anyway, I hope all of you are well, and be kind always, and keep moving forward. Take care. Bye.